What's going on, guys? JRP77 here, and welcome to the 3K special. Sibahai, I can't pronounce that. What's up, dude? Thanks for joining the stream. I'm about 2 minutes behind, so I'm sorry about that. I'm gonna try to keep this music going. For some reason, it stopped. Don't know why. Alright, there we go. Alright, so today we are going to be reacting to some older videos of mine. Some of my videos, basically, what I'm going to be doing here is I'm going to be reacting to some of my much older videos where I didn't really know what I was doing. And I think some of them are pretty cringy, so it's going to be worth watching. Let's go to our videos. Hold on 1 second. Alrighty, so let's go all the way to the bottom, and we're gonna go watch some of these. Now, I'm actually gonna have to turn off the music because, well, you're gonna be able to hear it. So I'm gonna turn off the music, and yeah. So as you saw in the title, probably gonna be doing some Overwatch. Kind of hyped about that. Overwatch will be really fun. Still about 2 minutes behind on the stream, so if you got any questions, put them in the chat below, and I will try to answer them as soon as possible. So let's go ahead and let's look at the one video that really got me started with making YouTube videos, and that is the Storm Strike update, the original Storm Strike update. And this was a pretty cringy video. We're gonna have to go watch this. And I'm gonna actually turn up my desktop audio now. But so basically, this was what we started doing. This Storm Strike update was what we started doing. We started making YouTube videos way back in 2014, and this was kind of like our intro to YouTube videos. I really have enjoyed doing this. This has been probably one of my favorite things that I've ever done on this channel. But the thing is that if you haven't realized, this project was discontinued in 2015. So basically, this was how I started. This was pretty much my first project that I had made in Unity. And so let's go ahead and let's take a look at what I did in this video. And yeah, turn it back on.
Guys, let's jump right into our game. So this is the first update I'm going to be doing. I'm using Unity 4.6, and yeah, that's just about all you need to know. So this is our preview scene. We have an ammo bar, yay. We have a ammo text, so you know, and we have a crosshair. I don't really like the crosshair right now, but yeah, let's.
Alright, so first of all, let's go ahead and get started. Let's just say how casual this video was. I probably recorded this in 1 second, and let's just say, like, it's a 2 minute long video, but let's just go ahead and say that I did this one take, and I was just showing off what I had made. This was essentially me bragging to the YouTube multiverse about what I can make with Unity, when in all honesty, this is probably one of the most simple things I've ever made. Yeah, so I was really excited. You noticed that I said Unity 4.6, so that's actually what we started using, and that was great. I remember making all of this. It was a ton of fun. Smacky Hackers, welcome to the stream. I'm sorry, I'm a couple minutes behind right now, so I am reading the chat, but your responses are gonna be a bit late. What should I do? My friend is Bastion Main. He's not your friend no more, Smacky Hackers. He is Bastion Main. You need to go find a new friend, man. Alright, no, he can still be your friend. But anyhow, this was one of the cringiest things I've ever made. I loved it, but let's go ahead and keep doing this.
Continue. So to start off, we have this gun animation controller, and I have made this from scratch today.
So I love how I was really excited about me actually doing this, because this is probably one of the simplest things that I've ever made in my video. Like, just the idea, like this animation state is literally like, if this boolean is true, then reload, and then do a timer. Like, this was simple. Like, I don't regret not doing it, but still, like, this was very special. Like, I didn't do much here. So this was a very simple thing. I don't know why I was so excited about it. You can see the 3 very basic parameters I have right there. Very simple. I'm gonna skip a little bit forward in this. The reason that this stream, if you follow me on Twitter, was really, really, well, how should I say this? Was really, I just lost the word. Come on. Just weirdly timed was because I had meant to record this and do a ton of editing for it, but my mic, I'm using my Blue Snowball right now. I just got it yesterday. It didn't come in until, well, yesterday, and so I didn't have time to edit it. So I decided, you know what, I'm gonna do it live, and that's what I'm doing here. So I'm gonna skip forward a little bit to where I actually start playing the game.
My friend,
because
Nazati, he is our lead modeler, and this character is the character that you see in the sample assets pack for all you Unity users. So right now we have this, and if we shoot the cubes, they don't do anything, but they do a nice green glare, which is really cool because green is cool, I guess. You'll notice that the ammo bar starts turning red when we get down to 5 ammo, and if we go all the way to 0, it will reload the weapon. We're still working on that animation.
Alright, so a couple things I'd like to say about this right here. This is a pretty sad video. Gosh, I'm not even gonna lie. This triangle, I don't know what I was thinking with this triangle crosshair, but I don't know. I thought it looked really cool when I was making it back in yeah, it sounds like it looks really weird. I don't know what I was going for with the triangle crosshair, but it's just weird. And then also you'll notice that I've got the cubes and like the default stuff, and that was really cool. And like I said, this was pretty much my first project. Saipai, thank you for saying that I sound better now. I was working with this telecommunications mic that my dad had gotten for work, and I was borrowing it, and it was really bad. Like, it was good for doing voice and stuff, but now I've got like a Blue Snowball and stuff, and it sounds a ton better. Like, it was almost like if I was talking like right up on my microphone like I am right now, but it was like that was probably the position of the microphone. Like, that was bad. So,
and
you can see that I can.
Also, if we run up and hit Q, we can melee, but it's the same as running into it because we don't have a add force, and the Q doesn't weigh enough. It's just the default rigid body settings. Also, we were getting a number of complaints that you can't reload. You need to be able to reload after in the middle of your ammo. Like, let's say you're in a firefight and you're shooting and you're.
Okay, so let me clarify what I just said there. We've been getting a lot of complaints that our YouTube, you have to be able to reload for like in the middle of a firefight. A lot of complaints. We've been getting a ton of those. This was my first video. I had 0 subscribers on YouTube, and I decided to make this. And a lot of complaints means that one of my friends was like, "Hey, you should be able to actually like reload in the middle of your fight. That'd be a good idea." And that's just like, I just tried to overhype stuff. You'll notice in some of my older videos that I try to overhype and over-professionalize stuff. Okay, that's a weird word. I just try to make it sound like we're bigger than we actually are. Because right now, like, we're still a 3-man team, but it's not like we were that big back then, and we actually we just tried to over-professionalize stuff. I guess the strategy was, if you can make it look like you're a professional, then people will look like you'll get a ton of subscribers, and that apparently worked a little bit, but not as much as I probably would have hoped.
Shooting, and you have a downtime, but you know there's more enemies coming. You can just hit R, and it will reload it for you.
I remember I was so proud of that script right there. Our script was very basic, but I remember I was so proud that I could do that. It was really good. I loved it. Like, I spent the most time on that. I think I was writing it out on paper when I didn't have my computer on me. It was great. Saibai, what is your Twitter? My Twitter is @JGNGames. You can go follow me. I try to update like when I'm gonna do live streams and stuff, and that's really my main way of getting communication out to the masses because there's no really way to alert your subscribers on YouTube except for to make a video, and I don't have the time for that. And Twitter is good, so I really like Twitter, and it's a very effective means of communication.
And so that was really nice. You notice we have this idle animation, and if we click, there's a shooting animation. I still like that. And then we have the melee animation, which we're still working on. And then the reload animation. So those are animations we're working on adding more, a better crosshair, obviously. And yeah, that's what we've done so far. That is just a previous map. That is not a map that will be in the final product, final alpha. That is just a previs so that we can work around and see how everything works. So,
all right, so I'd like to pause on the screen right here because when I was recording this, I actually noticed this. I apologize if the stream is a bit jumpy. I don't know why it's being jumpy. It's jumpy on my preview window, so that's why I was saying that. But also, I can't hear myself talking. But I'd like to point out a couple things about what's on the screen right now. So on the screen, on the top left, is our logo. Before this, we did not have that logo. This was, like, you can see, I don't know how well you guys are going to be able to see it because I'm right up next to my screen. But on this this middle window right here is a messages conversation between the two other guys on my team and I, and we're talking about this logo because we've made a YouTube channel. We need a cool logo. That's what we're talking about there. I remember us doing that. That was a real. It's one of those things where like you forget you've done something like that, and then you see it and you're like, oh yeah, I did that. I remember doing that. And then last but not least, we have the OG JGN Games website, which was jgngames.webs.com, and I'm going to go look it up real quick to see if it's still on there, because it's either jgngames.webs.com or it's jgnentertainment.webs.com. And it's not there. So they've taken it down because I haven't used it in, I don't know, couple years or so. I'm fine with that though. So that's pretty much all there is in that video. The reason I switched out is because I had to have a separate window to have my screen recorder because I'm using just the QuickTime player that's built into Mac. And yeah, so let's go ahead and let's jump back in and let's go find another video. So that was the original Storm Shack update. Another video I'd love to do is the original what got us starting doing tutorials, because this was kind of sad and I got time to do it, so let's go ahead and do it. Let's go look at the original setting up the player. Now I'm gonna mute the ad and fade out because I don't like ads, but we are back. So
now I'm going to be starting a tutorial. Hey guys, what's up? This is JRP77 and I'm going to be starting a tutorial series on how to make a 2D RPG in Unity. So
I love how I was smart enough when I was making these videos, like how to like my phone would just go off and I wouldn't notice, because a lot of these videos are one take. Like I didn't even try. I just literally like, hey, I'm gonna video this and come back and yeah, looks good. Sci-Fi, you asked, it's in your name, so bro, do you do gameplays? Sadly, I do not. I'm going to play some Overwatch today to celebrate 3,000 subscribers, but if you guys really want some, I may consider doing a live stream every now and then where we just play some Overwatch or something like that. So I'll think about it, but right now I'm just going to be doing some reacting, keep doing this Q&A, and then after I've done a couple videos, we'll go ahead and we'll play some Overwatch.
To start off, I'm going to introduce myself. I'm JRP77. I'm the lead coder of JGN Games. You can check us out.
So I was advanced enough back in 2014 to just use a preview window because I did no editing when I was making these videos. There is absolutely zero editing in this. And I just put up a preview. I should have like transitioned. Like I had iMovie and stuff. Like I could have just transitioned, but for some reason I thought it would be a smart idea just to do a preview window like that. And so that was pretty dumb. Looking back, I probably should have just even done a little bit of editing, but oh well. You'll notice that we've got the original logo. This is actually what we had This is our original logo. We had another logo, but we never used it on our YouTube channel, so I'm not going to talk about it. So this is our main logo. This is what we've had for the past 2 years or so.
Up here, and you can check us up here, or you can go to our Google Plus page, and that's right there. So let's jump right in.
I forgot I had put annotations on here. So I actually do remember putting this. I put annotations on there because we didn't have like cards and stuff back then. We had annotations, and annotations, that was the stuff right there. Like, you could redirect someone to your website. Like, we could go to our Google Plus page, but for some reason we couldn't verify our website with YouTube, so we just put a link up there and you could go type it into your web browser. And yeah, this is an 11-minute long video, so I'm not going to react to the entire thing, but I'm going to go to the coding part. Oh, also, I managed to make the entire scene out of the same quad, but I just duplicated it over and over and over again, and that was probably, looking back on it, that was probably a dumb idea. Holy cow, I'm way behind on my preview window right now. I'm going to refresh real quick because I want to get back up to live. Yeah, I'm way behind. I'm so sorry about that. I'm just now looking up the two websites. So I'm very sorry about that. If I'm delayed coming to your questions. Yeah, very far behind. Very far behind. But I want to point out this. This was before, well, we had 2D on here. We had a 2D view, but this was before I was smart enough to go look up how to use 2D, and I just decided I'm going to do it with 3D objects. And looking back, that was a dumb idea because I actually really want to get to know 3D. I mean, not 3D, 2D, because, well, 2D is, you can do a ton with 2D. And I just really want to be able to learn that. So that's probably what I'm going to be working with. I may do a 2D tutorial if you guys like to see some of that. And yeah, so I'm going to keep fast forwarding to the coding because the coding was fun. So basically all I did here was I just talked, and now we're at the coding 6 minutes later.
All right, so to start off, we're going to delete all the stuff that the script comes with. Just to be noted, I cannot make the text bigger because Monitor Develop doesn't work with my screen recorder, and I haven't found a better one, so I have to use this. And so I cannot make the text bigger.
What dropped there?
I can't do anything about it. Change this to C++ so you guys can see it. Make a public.
Alright, I'm not going to do all this, but I do want to point out that I'm using Text Wrangler, which, if you don't know, is an open source text editor because I had no money at this point, and I was just like no resources, like, hey guys, I can't do coding, somebody come back. And yeah, I just decided to use Text Wrangler. But Scorpion trademark FPS/RC, wow, are like 3 months, you come back. I don't even understand that grammar, I'm sorry, dude. But yeah, thanks for joining the stream, man.
Good body.
But yeah, I used Text Wrangler because it was open source, and it was good. I loved open source. I love open source stuff still to this day, just because it's free. Well, who can't like free stuff, honestly? And so I used this. It was really great. I loved it. And yeah. Scorpion asks, what are your PC specs? I apologize if I'm getting to these questions a bit late. My PC specs right now are an i7 3100, something like that. And then I have a GTX 964 gig. And that's what I'm doing most of my stuff on right now. So when I play some Overwatch, maybe in a minute, then we'll be doing that for sure. And then I've got way too much RAM. I got 64 gigs of RAM, but it's because I do a ton of video editing and also a bit of server coding. So I need to have that RAM for all kinds of stuff. Now I'm going to skip through this. So I'm going to point out that I started coding this around 6:59, and it took me...
We save this.
It took me 2 minutes, 3 minutes to do something like that. And nowadays you'll notice in my videos, like, that was like I could do that in this entire tutorial in 3 minutes now that I do editing, but because I had to switch in between stuff, it took forever. And yeah. So let's go ahead and look through this. I want to show you guys the end result of this tutorial. You can go watch it for yourself and go watch the entire thing if you're interested in making games, but I do want to watch this entire video.
Okay. So now you'll see that if we hit WASD, you'll see we can kind of fly off the map. And honestly, now that I've seen the acceleration, I'm bumping that down to 1.
Alright, so now that I've actually learned about Unity a bit more than I had before I actually started making these videos, this was the worst way you could make 2D possible, because normally with 2D characters you don't have this acceleration, but the problem is that what was happening was with this rigid body that I had, which is basically just means it's a realistic acting object. It doesn't like how dang it. It really doesn't like it doesn't like that it's just adding force. And so what's happening here is that as you hold down the button, the longer you hold it down, it's continuing to build up force. So when you get to the top of this square right here, you're having like 15 speed, but you only started with 1. It's all acceleration, and it's really weird. Should have not done it this way, but that's all there is to that. And then in the next video, we talk about health, which I should have been doing should have been doing that when I started off. You'll notice that some of these people, this is really inefficient. Yep, you're right. And then these are the comments. I'm gonna go ahead and say something about this. This guy who commented, he said that my assets were stolen. Now, I don't want to like shout him out or anything, because he's probably doing it just to get on me, but seriously, like, this is my own tutorial. I was not like learning how to do stuff. I did not follow anybody. These assets are not stolen. Yes, I'm using a very similar script to the person who is making it on the Unity website, or the tutorial that used to be on the Unity website, but I did not see this script until I actually finished making this video, and I realized, holy cow, I did the exact same things. And also, it's just because it's a really common way to do a player. It's a really simple, really easy way to do make your character move using WASD and left right keys. It's just a simple way. Like, everybody would tell you, like, if you ask them how to make a player move, then that's how I would tell them. But for some reason, he thought my assets were stolen, so let's go ahead. Let's jump into the next video. I was gonna answer the message that you sent, but you retracted it, so I can't look at it right now. Oh goodness. I don't understand why you're retracting your messages, but oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. Sorry about that. It's alright, man. I make typos all the time too. So now let's go ahead, and I want to look at this one, and then we're gonna go. Actually, that one's not that cringy, but we're gonna go ahead and do this one because I actually want to say something about this video. On the PC that I'm building, I got a lot of it surprisingly for free. I've spent $600 on it, but if you're talking about my PC, but it was because I got the computer from my uncle who works in like the server industry, but it had like this like 210 graphics card, so I paid $200 for that graphics card. I paid like $200, $300 for like so I could have a triple monitor setup, and then I paid for a 500 gig SSD, so that was like, it was around about $600, which is a great deal, but I'm extremely lucky to have gotten a computer that good for such a low price. So with that out of the way, let's go ahead and let's look at this video. I'm probably gonna have to restart it. I am. Heck. Alright, so I want to say something about this. So I'm gonna have to watch an ad, so I'm gonna blank the screen real quick.
So, who's this guy?
You know that bonus I got? Use it to hire a professional Twix bite sorter.
Sorry for deafening you there. I'm gonna actually have to turn my volume down for this part because the intro is so loud. Okay, so this is the original intro. This is what I used for maybe around about 2 years. Actually, probably a year and a half. This is what I used. And now I've got this really nice intro. If you've seen it, it's the black and blue intro. It's in my newer videos. If you'd like to see that, go check it out. It's one of my recent uploads has that. And I was very proud of this. I don't know which video it was, but when I first made this intro, like I was so excited about it, and I think it was like for the Game Asset Creation series. It was really cool. This was the first time I actually did anything other to my videos than actually just put them straight on the internet. Scorpion asks, have you made any published games of your own yet? I have not, and most of the time it's been because I've been teaching people how to make video games, and I haven't really had the time to actually make my own. So I'm going to show you this real quick, the intro. Yeah, trap music.
Hey guys, what's up? This is JRP77 with JGene Games, and
Alright, so now you can really hear that I've actually put the microphone on wrong whenever I was doing this. And that's why you can hear all that stuff in the background. This mic is pretty much like right on my face right now, and was super annoying. But I do want to say something about this video. I'm probably going to have to take it down because this is the most ineffective way someone can make a video in their own thing.
I'm going to be doing it.
So basically the method I use here is I make a thing, and I make like a very basic thing in After Effects, and I teach people how to do this. I'm not going to talk about it all that much because this is actually pretty good quality stuff. But the problem is that I'm doing this in a way, I'm exporting it in the worst way possible. So you'll notice that I export to JPEG, and JPEG is one of the bigger image files, like just consumer. It's probably one of the bigger files. So I don't know why I did that. I should have done like .gif or something like that, something smaller, but for some reason I thought it would be a good idea. Also, I'm also exporting this at 60 frames a second, I think. Yeah, and so you never want to do that for making 2D. This is a great way to make sprites, but never a great way to make an intro sequence because they're so small. So we go through, we import it, it goes through. Do not do this. There's 120, but that's a 3-second long thing that I made, and it's 60 frames per second, I believe. So don't do that. Just stop it. Get some help. That's an old meme. Why did I even do that? But you'll notice that all you do is you just do this very basic animation where you just drag all the images on there, and it works. I would not recommend doing that, like I said, but it does work. I will show you. It does work.
And right at 4. So now we just go into here and we say like, yeah, that. And now if we play the scene, close it up, and there we go. That is making, and it's going to loop, and we've made it loopable, so that's nice.
And yeah, I made a video loopable, which literally is just the default thing. Like I said, don't do this. Just don't worry about it. You can go watch it for the cringy sake, but don't try to do this in your own game. Trust me, it will fail epically. This guy said, thanks, really useful for me. Trick worked. Yep, thanks, dude. If you're gonna do it, don't export to 60 frames per second. Trust me, it will save your life. All right, so now let's go look at somewhere where I actually started to get it. I'm gonna go all the way to about right here because then we're getting newer, and my newer stuff, you can see I have a ton less videos, like just in recently, and I don't want to do that. So I'm just gonna go ahead and look at some of my older stuff. Let's go see, which one was it? I had one planned out that I was gonna do. Okay, so this is another tutorial. Again, this is when I didn't get it, and I got an ad, so I'm gonna blank the screen again.
is that there's 20
Okay.
and 7.
So basically, what I thought was, you know what? Oh, I haven't unblanked it. Glad I didn't video anything. So basically, what I thought was, you know what? I haven't done anything on Blender in a while, so I'm gonna do something that, and I know a ton about Blender on my own, because I'm a genius. I'm one of the best game developers in the world, so I should know how to explain this to the masses. Let's just say that this series is a great series for learning what stuff does, but this isn't gonna show you how it actually works. So that's
Hey
what it
guys,
is.
what's up? This is JRP77. Highly suggest you check out. I'll probably put a card up here.
This is when we just got cards. This was like when they just had come out with cards. Like the idea of making cards, I was like, whoa, that's so cool. I'm going to put in my own video. And obviously JRP77 back then didn't sound like that, but still, like, it was a bit weird. So,
we have used those in the place where I have from the original object. So it splits them. It splits it based on how far away they are. It's a confusing process. But most of the time you won't want to use constant offset because you have to use a really big number. That's for small stuff. I personally like relative because that's really handy and you can move stuff very quickly.
okay, I'm going to amend my original statement. As far as I'm concerned, and I haven't done any research onto this this modifier since I made this video, that's not correct. That's completely false right there. I would not. That may be it, but I'm pretty sure that constant offset is off from the origin, where relative offset is off from the object itself. I'm not sure. Do not quote me on that. Do not cite me on that. That's just what I remember from working with this asset, because I haven't worked with this modifier and Blender really in general in a while. So you'll notice that's basically the entire video, and I hate to just skip through, but I don't want to just spend all my time on one video. I'm pretty much just talking about how I'm doing one thing. And I shouldn't be doing this. I should actually be making my, just like actually putting some time into it and like researching and stuff. But I'm going to go look at when these videos came out in my video manager. Let's see. I want to go see when those modifiers came out. They should be like on second page, right around here. Okay, so the first one came out July 22nd. The next one came out July 23rd. The next one, July 31st. So I was just rocking these out. I was literally making one every other day. And why? I don't know. I should have spaced them out more, but because I did that, you can see that my first couple, because they're so close together, got a ton of views. And if you know anything about how YouTube works, if you watch Game Theory's video, I love Game Theory so much. His video on how YouTube works, it's because the more you upload in a shorter amount of time, the better you do. And even stuff with like live streams and stuff, like the more you upload, the better you do. And so notice that these first couple get like 2,000, 1,900. That's not 900, 1,300. And then I think it's towards, like, they all come out because they're all coming out within like a week of each other. And for some reason, it's doing that. Scorpion asks, I am making an FPS mobile game. Is 1024 by 1024 textures too much for phone these days to handle? So basically what I would do, if I was making a game for a computer, I would be making it around about 2K textures, so like 2048 by 2048. 1024 by 1024 should work. If you're making it for Android, I would go ahead and make it to where like you could have like medium settings, so like 512 by 512. You should, and again, remember, it's a smaller screen, so you're not going to need that big of textures. Now, I'm not an expert on mobile game development whatsoever. In fact, I've never done anything whatsoever on as far as this game development on mobile goes. I did get into Xcode whenever I first started making video games, but Xcode is app development, and that's different than this. in short, I would stick with 512 just in case, and then if you have a device, I would play test it on that device. And then as soon as you've play tested it on that device, see how the frame rates are, then I would go and look at, okay, this is like I get pretty smooth gameplay with this. I kind of want to get more gameplay, so then you can just cut the textures in half as you want them. That's how I would do it, but you certainly don't have to do it that way. And yeah, that's basically what I know about mobile game development. I'm not going to try to get too far into that because I don't know that much about it, but 1024 by 1024 should work for most phones. But remember that there is Android, and Android phones are, in general, not as graphically powerful as iPhones or something like that, or even computers. Hadi Aini, I don't think I pronounced your name right, but welcome to the stream. Thanks for joining in. Apologize for the late responses. I am really, really delayed right now. I'm like 2 minutes behind or something like that. So I'm going to react to a couple more videos, and then I'm actually going to go ahead and play some Overwatch, because why not? Okay, so there's not really much more I actually want to talk about in here. Actually, there's not much at all I don't want to talk about. Like, the rest of my videos, like, all of the Blender modifier ones are pretty similar, and then they're all pretty much similar up until I think I get it around, like, I start to understand editing as a whole right around here. So this is this year, so I'm going to try to go a bit earlier. You'll notice that all my videos are really long, like 10 minutes, 21 minutes, 14 minutes, 13 minutes, 6 minutes, 20 minutes, 15 minutes, 8 minutes, 10 minutes, 13 minutes, 11 minutes, 11 minutes. And then you'll start to notice that I get down to about 9:50, and then people watch it, and I'm like, holy cow, this is a good idea, because now I don't have to spend that much time on them. 9:50, 6:29, 8:19, 8:50, and then I go back up because that one actually needed a ton. And then 7:42, and then this one should have been way shorter. That's 15. And then you'll notice it's right here that I hit the sweet spot, and I get right at about 7 minutes. 5 to 7 minutes is your sweet spot. And then, of course, I forget again. No, I'm just joking. That's a live stream. Okay, so I'm delayed. I don't want to do any of these videos yet because this is a year, and I want to save these for later. This is what I actually want to save. Like, this kind of stuff, like, I will react to later, but at the current moment, I'm not going to be reacting to it. So I was just checking my phone right there. Yeah, so let's go ahead. Let's play some Overwatch. So I'm going to blank the screen as I pull up stuff because I don't want you seeing all my personal information. So I'm going to blank the screen until I can pull up Overwatch. And we are going to be playing Overwatch, by the way. It's a great game. I just like blanking the screen. I'm also going to turn my down to like 4 or something. And it looks like that the 2 other guys on here are on. So I'm going to boot in. I'm not going to show this again. And I gotta make a new scene because I want to use like the game capture and stuff. Alrighty, we're in. I'm gonna request to join these guys' group. And I'm joining.
Welcome to Oasis.
What's up, guys?
Yo.
So now we are in Overwatch.
This objective has my name written
My
all over
friend G-Man is playing NG,
G-Man. Oh,
and my friend is playing Sombra because he's a troll.
John.
Yo, why can't I hear G-Man?
Because he's not right here.
Is
He's
he
talking to
okay?
his mom. He's talking to his mom.
Ah.
Sorry, okay, I'm back.
Hey, what's up?
Yeah. on the phone.
Wow, how did I survive that?
Okay. Die, Mercy. Frickin'.
They're
Alright.
all doing that.
Nap. Alright, I'm.
You see, we got
Oh my gosh.
ourselves a pro Genji over here.
This fair is annoying.
Yes, sweet.
Can't really do too much.
I'm securing.
Alright.
Rip.
Just get insta killed. That's cool, dude. Yeah, that's fine. I'm fine with that.
I return to the fight.
Ow.
Is charging.
Man. Stop it.
Don't she move?
Well, okay. You lucky little crazy lucky. Alright, I pressed D, but whatever, dude. Like, it made the little ding, and then it killed me. So,
I made the ding and then I didn't.
My ultimate is almost
like
ready.
the little, you know, sound it makes when you actually activate it, like the sword actually appears. Alright, I'll take that.
Go ult, G-Man. Go ult. You gotta get it.
Oh,
Oh, there he is, little loser.
Pro Genji question mark?
Okay.
good thing I wasn't up there.
Hi there, Tracer. I dare you to shoot.
G-Man on your right.
I'm going after the Mercy.
Oh, no, no. How? How are they still alive?
We will fight again.
Nope.
They're going
He doesn't
up
see me. Oh.
Oh, rip. That Barrow's being annoying. I'm doing alright.
I'm on
There.
fire.
Get in
So.
right now.
Nate, you've actually been doing good this game.
What's your stats?
Hey!
7
Rip
and
to the
3.
Genji.
Tactical visor.
Where's the frickin' Justice? Ah!
Justice. Ah.
You know what? I'm gonna end the stream again. I've been streaming
Yeah,
for a
you
while.
don't let him
Thank you guys
catch
for
it. Brock,
joining.
you come down
You
here.
guys are the best. And I'll
Got
see
gold
you guys
objective
next
time.
time.
I might need this leader.
I need some healing. Thank